Hello everyone, Quaddy here, and today I'm bringing you a review of the puzzle game Vitamini by Russian indie game developer Evgeny Homchenko. Vitamini is a unique puzzle game based on using physics to manipulate different puzzle shapes in order to gain points and energy. So, let's get into the gameplay. The gameplay of Vitamini is very simple, no two ways about it. Use the control key to rotate and move puzzle pieces to the left, and the alt key to move them to the right. You use the arrow keys to move the blocks up and down and left and right as well. You press space to spawn more blocks into the grid, and really that's all you need to know. From there, Vitamini has 3 modes, which I'll get into detail with individually now. This is the most balanced mode of Vitamini. It seems to work best with the engine used to make the game. In this mode, you connect 3 or more blocks of the same color together to gather points and energy. When you connect these blocks, they are chained together, and after a few seconds they disappear. If you are fast enough, you can string together some massive combos, which is pretty satisfying. The complaint I have with the gameplay overall is that some blocks are very similarly colored to other blocks. For instance, there are 2 kinds of blue blocks, but they both look about the same, aside from, one is a little bit darker than the other. I must say, this mode is, it's way too easy. I'm not kidding you when I say that I sat there mashing the space button and I was instantly racking up massive amounts of points. All you have to do in this mode is touch 2 blocks of similar color against each other. That's it, actually. You just touch 2 blocks of the same color together and keep doing this until they all disappear. The developers should have thought much more about this one. I actually had trouble finishing this mode because you can't end it by failing, even if you try to. I think the time ran out because the energy bar wasn't depleted, but there's no time limit visible on any part of the screen. You can't really tell what affects what and how. The spawning blocks drain energy, or does it drain automatically with time? Is there a time limit, and how long is it? There were many points while playing this game where I was just dumbfounded by how easy or vague the game was. This is the third and final mode of the game, Shapes. This is also my favorite mode. Shapes makes use of the mouse, which feels like how this game should be played in order to use the physics properly. This mode is slower than the other 2, as well as more challenging. Your objective is to click on a shape, drag it to another shape, and swap 2 differently colored blocks in order to get a shape with 3 or more of the same kind of block. Eventually, there will be special blocks which you have to remove in order to move on to the next stage. This mode requires more thinking on your part than the other 2 modes and is overall more fun. The only problem I found with it was that if I wasn't very gentle with my mouse movements, I'd lose my grip on the shape I was holding. The music of Vitamini fits the style of the game very well. It's lighthearted, upbeat, and slightly addicting. I have to say though, since there's only 1 track in the entire game and it's a 1.5-minute looping song, it can get repetitive after playing the game for long enough. That's about all I have to say about the music. This is where the game really fell for me. Once you play a mode once, you've played it a million times. Even though it's fun to play, and even though the music fits the game very well, there's just not nearly enough content here. One could say the same of other classic puzzle games like Tetris, but I find that unlike this game, Tetris truly made you think. You were constantly under pressure to keep that growing wall of blocks low to the ground, and as you played the game, it grew faster and more frantic, requiring faster thinking. This game is none of that. Even when I failed, I didn't feel like I was under pressure in any way. As I said, if you play a mode once, you've played it a million times. I can't suggest this game to hardcore puzzle gamers or even casual puzzle gamers, the latter of which I consider myself to be. Vitamini simply doesn't provide enough challenge, content, or addictive qualities to keep you interested. If I had to choose an audience, I'd suggest it to young gamers, so if you have a kid at home who enjoys simple and easy puzzles, they'll probably enjoy this game. The price of Vitamini almost justifies its flaws. The game is a measly $2, so whether you like it or not, you won't walk away feeling ripped off. That's really all I have to say on the price. Overall, Vitamini has a good idea on paper, a physics-based puzzle game with a lighthearted, enjoyable, and addictive theme. But in delivery, it simply doesn't grasp the player's interest effectively. It's repetitive and way too easy. It won't keep your interest nearly as long as puzzle gamers would prefer. And, that's it, everybody. I hope I gave a fair review and that you enjoyed it. I'll see y'all later.